Good morning, monitor. Last class we can discuss about digestive system of the earthworm. Today we can discuss about blood vascular system of the earthworm. I already said Annelida is what type of circulatory system? Closed circulatory system. Closed circulatory system. It means they having a blood vessels and they having a blood capillaries. They having a blood vessels and blood capillaries is present. See here. In earthworm, they having a 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pairs of heart is present. 4 pairs of heart is present. Present in the segment of 7, 9, 12 and 13 segment. 7th segment, 9th segment, 12th segment and 13 segments. They having a totally 4 pairs of heart is present. This heart is connected to, this is the dorsal blood vessel, this is the ventral blood vessel. This heart is connected to the dorsal blood vessel and ventral blood vessels. And then here they having a so many small blood vessels is present. These blood vessels can supply the blood to gut wall, nerve cord and body wall. That's why smaller blood vessel can supply the blood to water, gut and nerve cord and the body wall. Here dorsal blood vessel and ventral blood vessel connected with a blood vessel that is called as a commissural. Commissural indicates a connection. Commissural blood vessels is present. Here they having a lateral esophageal blood vessels is present. And then what I said, they having a 4 pairs of heart. The system is the closed circulatory system. It means the blood is confined in the blood vessels only. By the contraction these vessels, this blood is circulated in the body. This is the regarding to the blood vascular system. And very important one, in 4th, 5th and 6th segment, they having a blood glands are present. What is the use of the blood glands means? Blood glands, they can produce the blood cells and also hemoglobin. Hemoglobin can be dissolved in the plasma. It is the specialized character in the earthworm. We can go for the respiratory system. In earthworm, there is no specialized respiratory organ. By the presence of the cuticle, by the process of diffusion, exchanging of gases is takes place. That's why the respiration in earthworm is what type of respiration? Cutaneous respiration. Now, very important one, we can go for the excretory system. See, in earthworm, the excretory system, the structural and functional unit is the nephridopores. What is nephridopores are? It will be indicates the nephridia. What is nephridia means? On segments, they having a coiled tube-like structure. This coiled tube-like structure is called as a nephridia. Here, they having a 3 types of nephridia. One is the septal nephridia. Septal nephridia. The second one is the integumentary nephridia and the third one is the pharyngeal nephridia. How many types of nephridias is there? 3 types of nephridias is there. First one is what? Septal nephridia and the second one is the integumentary nephridia and third one is the tuft of pharyngeal nephridias is present. See, septal nephridia. Septal nephridia is starting from 15th to 16th intersegmented septa. Intersegment means it can occupy 15th segments and it can occupy the 16th segments. That is called as a intersegmented septa. That's why this septal nephridia is starting from the 15 to 16 segments up to the last segment. This septal nephridia is present. And then if we go for the integumentary nephridias, this integumentary nephridia starting from the 3rd segment to the up to the last segments. That nephridias is what type of nephridia? Integumentary nephridia. this nephridias is attached to the body wall and it is opens into exterior. That's why this nephridia opens into exterior by nephridopores. By nephridopores. I already said nephridopores is starting from the third segments to the last segments. The nephridopores is present. Now this is the integumentary nephridia attached to the body wall. This is exteriorly open into a, they having a pores. That pores is called as a nephridopores. And then the tuft of pharyngeal nephridias. This tuft of pharyngeal nephridias. This is the pharyngeal nephridias. This tuft of pharyngeal nephridias is present in the 4th, 5th and 6th segments. This tuft of pharyngeal nephridias is present. This is the pharyngeal nephridial ducts. Now, fundamentally, these three types of nephridia having a similar structure. And then, among these three types of nephridia, suppose the nephridia is like this, you have to think. The nephridia having a nephrostome. This one is the pore that is called as a nephrostome. Nephridia with nephrostome, that type of nephridia is called as a open nephridia. Now, septal nephridia having a nephrostome. That's why septal nephridia is the open nephridia. If the nephridia there is no nephrostome, that type of nephridia is called as a closed nephridia. That is the integumentary nephridia and the pharyngeal nephridia. Both are the closed type of nephridia. And then, if the nephridia is open exterior, that type of nephridia is called as a exonephrical nephridia. Can I say integumentary nephridia? It can be open outside of the body through nephridopores. That's why integumentary nephridia is called as a exonephrical nephridia. And which nephridia is open into the gut wall, that is into the intestine. That type of nephridia is called as a enteronephric nephridia. That's why pharyngeal nephridia and the septal nephridia is the enteronephric nephridias. And then these nephridias can maintain the homeostasis of the body and it can maintain the osmoregulation. Now we can go for the nervous system. See, I already said nervous system is the gangliated. It means they having a double ventral nerve cord. It can form a nerve ring. This one is a nerve ring around the pharynx region, that is between the 3rd to 4th segment. They having a nerve ring is formed. Here they having a brain, that is called as a cerebral ganglia. That will indicate the brain. They having a sensory receptors is present. Most of the sensory organs is present in the anterior side only. It can be useful for the coordination and it can control the muscles type of activities. And then tomorrow class we can discuss about the reproductive system.